return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 to signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your number one dad may not need another tie or coffee mug, but he always needs a little more award-winning barbecue from Hog Wild. Give Dad a meal fit for the king of your castle this Father's Day with Hog Wild's hearty, family-pleasing menu. Our meaty ribs, tender beef brisket, pulled pork, and hot links pair perfectly with our home-style sides. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
NASCAR Powerball. The chase to 1 million is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million.
Insane! The winner is contestant number 2.
I can't believe it.
The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase.
Odds vary by entries. Details at nelottery.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mainly clear skies, breezy and warm, a low around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy and hot with an afternoon high near 92. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are back at the College World Series here in Omaha, Nebraska at the Blur tailgates party at the Hilton, Omaha. We'll be here to 6 p.m. today. It is 18 TV showing live baseball games, multiple seating options, including a hammock. But this is also K-Dub Tuesday here at the Ticket on Bock and the Blackshirt. Guys, how y'all doing today?
Doing well. How are you, brother?
You would say?
I said doing well. How are you, brother?
Bock, can you hear Kenny?
I can hear you guys, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't hear him on this end, but yeah, how y'all doing, man? All right, we're going to kick the show off with today. 81 days left to Nebraska football. So when we talk about that, we're going to talk about the best 81 ever in sports. And when I say that, Bock, there's a lot of great guys that wore 81, even defensive players that we know of some of the best 81 numbers that we ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Defensive player.
Wearing
81.
Dick Night Train Lane is one of them.
Train Lane.
Deacon Jones is another one.
Jones.
But then we go to the Jackie Smith.
Wow.
But then we go to the receiver side, and we got guys like Tim Brown, Art Monk, and Terrell Owens. Guess what, Bob?
What's that?
Randy Moss had 81 too. But here's the thing with Randy Moss. Randy Moss had 3 numbers in the NFL. He had 18, 84, and 81. So sometimes, if we go by greatness, we have talked about him at 84 the other day. We talked, and then today we're talking about 81. So when we get to 18, where did he have 18 at?
Was it San Fran?
It might have been. Was it the Raiders? Because he had 81 with the Patriots. Obviously 84 with the Vikings.
84 with the Vikings and 18. You say with the Raiders.
That's my guess, if I can remember right. I'd have to go back and look what he wore at 18.
I think his best years was in 84, though. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I would say that too. I mean, maybe his best year might have been in 81 with Tom Brady when they almost went undefeated. Remember they came up short against the Giants. So, but I think if you say his best era was probably 84, and as I'm looking at, I think 18 was his Raiders uniform, which was not his best era.
So give me the 3 receivers: Tim Brown,
Art Monk,
and
Terrell Owens.
Of those 3, who would you take?
Tim Brown for his speed. I'm probably gonna have to bench Art Monk and go with my other receiver as Terrell Owens.
Okay. I can't bench Art Monk.
Well, I'm sorry.
I can't bench him. I can't bench him. But I would agree with you on Tim Brown, but I can't bench Art Monk.
So who you gonna bench? T.O.?
No, I'm not gonna bench either. Because you're gonna line up with 3 receivers.
Okay.
Now you can go 11 personnel, line up with 3
I'm
receivers.
just saying, if you was in the number 2 personnel, then
you mean the 22 personnel?
22 personnel.
So, I'm going with Tim Brown and Art Monk.
So you're going with Art Monk for the possession?
Yeah.
Tim Brown for the home run?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with T.O. because he's a possessional and a home run hitter. So I'm going with him because he's most dangerous coming across the middle.
That's what Art Monk did.
Art Monk is a Redskin. He's okay, but he's not.
So I did not like the Redskins, but Art Monk was a football player.
Yeah, I mean, you liked him because of
Doug
Williams and Art Monk.
No, I did not like the Redskins. But I'm going to give props where he deserved it. He was a really, really good receiver. So again, I can't bench him just because you say.
Well, he's benched on my team.
He's benched.
Yeah.
Bock, what you say?
Well, I'm interested in what you guys. I mean, I can't overlook our Randy Moss, but honestly, if I had 2 81s, and I'm gonna throw this one into your discussion. The other one that I would line out with, if I just had 2 wide receivers, would be Calvin Johnson, Megatron. Also wore number 81, so that's going to make it a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
You're going to have to bench somebody, guys.
I don't know, man. Something about my AI is leaving my good guys off the page. So
it's that iPhone 1 AI.
No, it's computer AI.
You use the computer?
Yeah, it's called homework.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get you one.
Okay. No, but that's a good one, Bob.
Yeah, I have to go with Megatron now.
Yeah.
If I had to go with 2 out of those 4 right now, I'd probably go Megatron and T.O. I would probably have to leave Tim Brown off. Yeah, I would.
You bumped your head.
I'm just saying.
Bock, did you hear this?
You're looking at what? You're looking at out of those 4 guys, 2 of those guys are top 5 in yards.
Okay.
You go Megatron and T.O.
Okay.
You go yards, receptions. Megatron's not in it. Tim Brown was okay, but he was just what did he do exciting though?
What?
Tim Brown. I remember Tim Brown for more at Notre Dame than I remember Tim Brown for more in the NFL.
Nah, I think he did it. He did his thing in the NFL too.
I know he did, but he wasn't exciting to me as T.O. and Megatron.
And nine straight 1,000-yard plus for seasons. And that's pretty tough. The 10th one was 930 yards.
And you're talking about Tim Brown, right?
Yeah, Tim Brown.
So now you heard that he hit.
That's great, Bock. But but when it comes to me picking my team, he's a role player.
So you going Megatron and T.O.
Megatron, T.O.
I'm going Megatron and Tim Brown.
That's great, sir. I'm glad to know that.
Bock, who you going with? You going with Megatron and who?
Well, you guys are crazy for leaving Randy Moss out. I mean, he might be.
No, Randy Moss is 84.
What talking about? Yeah,
I can't. We can't get.
You're taking Randy Moss out of there.
Yeah, because I only need one Randy Moss, and I'm not gonna sit here and because I did my homework on Randy Moss and it said, these are also the other numbers he wore. I'm not gonna give the nod to the 18 or the 81. I'm going to give it to the 84 because 84 is the one that got him to where he was at.
Yes.
That Minnesota one.
Yes.
Tom Brady just added to his legacy with that. And even though he did all that with Tom Brady, guess what? They didn't win the Super Bowl. So that is an unforgotten team right there, Bob.
Yeah.
When we talk about that team that never won a championship, that was great.
Undefeated.
People don't talk like that.
Nope.
Well, when he wore number 80, what are we on? 84 or 81, excuse me, with New England. His first year there, of course, it was a shorter stint than in Minnesota, but 23 touchdowns that 2007 year. Yeah, look that up again. That's an NFL record. So he did some work in number 81.
He's making
he had his best season. But we talking about career-wise, Minnesota made him career-wise.
True.
84. You know, everybody talks about, 81 was his best season. But 84 were his best years.
Yeah.
So,
I
agree. You still didn't win regardless. You got beat. Undefeated.
I would agree.
Got beat.
I would agree.
So,
Bock,
so why
go ahead, Bock.
I was going to say, well, then Art Monk's got to shoot up your
Art
rankings.
Monk
He's a
was the
3-time
man.
Super Bowl champion.
I understand that, Bock, but, I'm just saying for my team. Mailman says, did they have TVs in Georgia? Yeah, we had cable. We had cable and everything. But it's just what I like for my team. You can't. It's just like if I'm picking Eric Crouch over Tommy Frazier, if I wanted to pick my all-time Nebraska team, okay, understand. It's my team.
It's your team.
It's not your team.
Yeah.
But for my team, I have to go with Randy Moss. No, I have to go with T.O. and Megatron. Randy Moss is not in the equation because he's 84.
84.
Yeah, you want to go Jerry Rice when he was at the Raiders?
No,
you want that?
No.
Jerry Rice? We can talk about that Jerry Rice.
No, we can't.
Do you want to talk about Jerry Rice at the Raiders?
No.
Okay, so, it's different when you talk about their best years, not their best season. One season don't put you in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. One season don't make you all-pro. These are years of accolades that Randy has mossed more people in Minnesota than he mossed in Foxborough, Bob. And that's the new thing they got when they say you got moss.
You got moss.
Because of Randy Moss. Now, do you moss people in 81 or you see more mosses in 84, Bob?
You see the 84, I suppose.
Thank you. I end my case. I rest my case. I rest my case.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, y'all, let's go to the best number 81s in the University of Nebraska history. Some of these guys I don't know, but I still wrote them down just to give them honorable mention. All right, Brad Smith, Guy Sapp, Aaron Willis. I played with Aaron Willis, tight end he's in Hawaii. I think he's from Omaha, though. Cade Warner, 17 through 20. Ben Cotton,
Okay.
0 through 12. Frank Simon. He's an old school guy. But the number 181 I got for the University of Nebraska will be Willie Hopper.
Willie Harper.
DN, two-time All-American, back-to-back national title, 70 through 72, member of the College Football Hall of Fame. Can't get any better than that.
Can't get no better than that. He's by far the best one. Best one.
Bock, you have any more you want to add to that?
No, I like that Willie Harper pick. You know, he can't be forgotten for those titles, like you said. Also won a Super Bowl, at the next level, so that's pretty cool for him. But one of the linebacker playing behind that great defensive line that we know of those early 70s. But I think Ben Cotton certainly is maybe a modern name that I think of. Cade Warner might be another guy. Was a captain here at Nebraska. Had at least a few good games, few good moments. But I'm surprised there's not more 81s in Nebraska history that made a little bit more of a legacy, I suppose.
All right, one guy said on YouTube, Riviera, he said, when covering Randy Moss, looks like you were covering three guys. Probably why he had three numbers. Without a doubt, one of my top three receivers in the NFL. I mean, you're right. I mean, when you go, everybody has their different likes. But when you talk about guys that, if you go on your top five, of course, Randy Moss is going to be top five every time we make that argument. Well, for me, I put him at like number 4 on my list when I talk about receivers, because we all know that Jerry Rice is the GOAT. Then you go with a guy like, who's number 2? I mean, if you want to go, a lot of people can go Randy Moss at number 2. I mean, a lot of people can go Megatron at number 2. A lot of people can go T.O. at 3, 2. Chris Carter. I mean, the list goes on and on.
You take T.O. over Larry Fitzgerald?
Yes, I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Bob?
See, I'm a Cardinals fan, so
I'm
a little bit biased.
I understand that. I was a 49er fan.
That's right.
I was a 49er fan growing up with John Taylor and Jerry Rice early in my life, especially when Garrison Hurst started playing running back there. But at the same time, that's just my preference. You know, I mean, if I'm building a team, I'm building a team of roughness, toughness. And T.O. is one of those receivers that I want to have because of his toughness for getting off the line. Now, when you talk about Jerry Rice, he's my route runner. I mean, he's my Mr. Everything. But when you talk about T.O., Jerry Rice, and then third, I throw in Megatron. I mean, I don't
over Randy Moss.
I mean, yeah, I put Moss 4th on my list.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, it's just a list.
Yeah. Does Larry Fitzgerald fit anywhere in there?
Larry Fitzgerald, he fits in the top 10.
Andre Rison,
he's not in my top 10.
He's a Falcon. That's why I do it out there.
I understand the game of football. Isaac Bruce, no.
Huh?
No.
The greatest show on turf?
Just the greatest show on turf, not in life.
I ain't on your list. Isaac Bruce not on your list.
No.
Marvin Harrison?
Marvin
Harrison is on my list,
okay.
Yes.
Andre Johnson,
he's on that list.
He was really good. I think he gets overlooked sometimes.
Yeah, he does get overlooked.
I think I'll even throw Antonio Brown on that list.
Oh.
Because, I mean, when the guy played football, he played football. I mean, he was untouchable. He did things that people didn't understand, but when what he's known for is his off the field antics. Nobody would never take him serious because of what he did and when he ran off the field in Pittsburgh. But at the same time, he's still a great player.
I can't knock that.
Yeah. A little confused in life right now, but
make my top 10.
No, I mean, hey, everybody got to have a top 10 something.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you told me you're leaving Isaac Bruce off your top 10.
Well, if I had to rank my top 10, let me think of it for a second. Let me give you my top 10 receivers right quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna write it down too. I'm gonna write it down so I know that this will be correct. Hold on. Let me give me your 10, Kenny. Give us something.
So, Andre, we said Megatron.
Yeah.
Said Randy Moss. T.O.'s in there. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna throw a name out there from the past too. Now, Tony Hill. You know who he played for?
No.
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Okay. Jerry Rice. I'm even going to throw John Taylor in there with Rice.
Okay.
Art Monk.
Okay.
Anquan Bolden.
Mm-hmm.
We said Andre Johnson already, right? Just one more I'm thinking of. I can't. It's on the top of my head. I said Larry Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who did I? There it is, Larry Fitzgerald.
Is that 5 or that's just your 5?
That's just my 5.
Okay, I'll give you my 5. I'm gonna go Julio Jones at number 5.
Ooh, because he's a Raider?
Nope, because Julio Jones was a Falcon. That's why.
That's why. Yeah.
That's the Falcon.
That's why I threw it out there.
That's the Falcon I picked. I put T.O. at 4. I put Marvin Harrison at 3.
That's who I was thinking of, Marvin Harrison.
I'll put Megatron at 2. And Jerry Rice at 1. So that's where I'm going with my list.
Let me see that list again.
Jerry Rice, Megatron, Marvin Harrison, T.O., and Julio Jones.
I'm leaving Julio off.
Yeah, okay.
I'm leaving. I can agree with the other ones.
Ooh, you forgot. I forgot. Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Said Larry had more tackles than drops.
Larry.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because of the interception the quarterback was throwing.
Yeah, but he was sure-handed. He never dropped it.
And he never dropped the ball. That's why I couldn't believe you didn't have him on there.
Well, you know, like I said, everybody's list is different. I mean, if I was the copycat everybody list, then I'd be a copycat. But no, now I'm being a thinking guy about how I want my team. You know, that's why T.O. didn't have to go out to 5 stars and stuff, because he molded players into how we played football, how we wanted them.
Yeah.
That's why we never had a lot of 3-star, 4-star guys, 3-star guys when we played, because coach knew it was more coachable to have a 3-star than probably a 4-star guy. So a lot of different techniques you can teach, a lot of different ways you can teach things. But, you know, like I said, my list, make your own list up, and then let's talk about your list.
But back then it was about development.
Yeah.
They brought the best athletes in and they developed them and they plugged them where they thought they could help the team. Like, you know, if you look at myself, I was a quarterback. If you look at Tyrone Bird, who played with me in the secondary, he was a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of guys. Baron Miles, he was an athlete. You know, Mike Minner, he was an athlete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they just recruited athletes and just put them where they needed them.
Yeah, a guy like Tony Veland came in.
Tony Veland was a quarterback.
Yeah, came in as a quarterback, ended up as a safety. Yep. So, all right, y'all, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk more of the Blur Tailgate Party here at 93.7 The Ticket. We are in Omaha off 13th and Cass right here. You can see the big white tent, 11th and Cass. You can see the big white tent across the street, and that's the Blur Tailgate Party. Bock in the Black Shirt, K-Dub Tuesday. We'll be right back.
NASCAR Powerball. The chase to 1 million is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million.
Insane! The winner is contestant number 2. I can't believe it.
The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase.
Odds vary by entries. Details at nelottery.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 to signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds International high around 84. Tonight, mainly clear skies, breezy and warm, a low around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy and hot. The afternoon high near 92. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your number one dad may not need another tie or coffee mug, but he always needs a little more award-winning barbecue from Hog Wild. Give Dad a meal fit for the king of your castle this Father's Day with Hog Wild's hearty, family-pleasing menu. Our meaty ribs, tender beef brisket, pulled pork, and hot links pair perfectly with our home-style sides. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Championship teams know success starts with a great game plan. And when it's time to buy a home, John Engdahl with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank is ready to help you round the bases with confidence. Visit jengdahl.lincolnfed.com to learn more and apply today. Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing leader.
Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. But it doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
Sports remind us what's possible when we believe in each other. When teamwork and trust matter just as much as talent. On and off the field or court, we're stronger when we work together. That's why at UBT, your money has people who have your back. From financial coaching and goal setting to home loans and business support. Success happens when you've got the right team, and you'll find yours at UBT. Union Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, owner of A1 Automotive. I want to personally thank you, our customers, for trusting us with your vehicle repair needs. Your support allows us to do what we love, serving people through quality automotive repair. If you're looking for a repair shop that values relationships as much as repairs, we'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. We have two locations here in Lincoln, 1117 L Street, 5110 State Hill Drive, and our newest location in Seward, Nebraska, 408 Main Street. Come see us, visit us online at a1autolincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long on the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. All right, Bock, your favorite fan of The Ticket. He comments again. He says, my man, Kenny Wilhite, thanks for carrying the show like you always do when you're on with Terrell Farley. Eric,
I appreciate it. No.
Eric, I don't think Eric know how much work I put in
No.
to do this show.
So, I appreciate your kind words, my man, but nah, brother, him and Bock are the face of this show. I just follow their lead, bro. They're the best two to do
How
it.
dare Eric, Bock? Bock, you hear that, Bock?
I hear it. It's not surprising. He's
I thought me and Eric had a little more respect than that for each other. Now he's back. I won't read none of his questions till January 2027.
You keep talking about muting that man. That's why.
Well, here's the problem. Eric just kind of took a real jab at me, man.
Nah.
All right, guys, let's talk about the Brandon Sorsby story. As you know, Brandon Sorsby and Texas Tech have mutually agreed to part ways. Bob, you're talking about a guy whose career comes to an end with 7,208 passing yards, 60 passing TDs, 1,295 rushing yards, and 22 rushing TDs. But at the same time, he was caught illegally gambling on college football when he was at Indiana and Cincinnati and Texas Tech. But so now he's off to the supplemental draft. Bob, what did this mean right here? Is this means the NCAA is sticking up stronger, or this mean the Big 12 had more say so in this than anything?
Well, it looks like the Big 12 at least is getting their way. Maybe, Sorsby at some point might just be thinking, is it all worth it? It's this big battle of changing the very fabric of college football and, sports in general. If this passes and, there's just so much going on there, then he was going to have to deal with it. Again, one part of this story was the summer. How's it going to play out? When's he get on the field? Another part is him, if he did actually get on the field, would be the most booed and hated player across college football all year long. So was he going to be ready for that? And you put all that together, you have the supplemental draft there. There is going to be that's what's going to be interesting is how much interest is there from the NFL? If he was good enough to be a first round pick, he would have came out last year, right? But there was thoughts that maybe if things went well at Texas Tech this year, he might kind of ascend into the first round territory for next year. So with this supplemental draft, of course, you are going to pick him in whatever round you pick him. You got to give up that pick for the next draft. So, I'll be interested to see where that goes. I bet somebody will take a chance on him. But then the next thing, too, is the NFL. Look back at when Terrell Pryor came in. He had a 5-game suspension from the NFL. They just kind of took it over from the 5-game suspension that was going to be set from college football. Are you going to do the same? If you draft Sorsby, is he going to get a 2-game suspension from the NFL? What is the NFL going to think about his betting past and making sure that doesn't show up there? So all that's very interesting when you look at kind of what's next for the NFL. But for college football, I think it just saves it at least for now, puts a stop to the temporary insanity. But just because this case is passed doesn't mean we still shouldn't kind of figure out a path moving forward, because a lot of the discussion too is about the ever-changing world revolving around gambling and all that's out there. So just because this might not come to a head, I think that the leaders in the Big 12 and NCAA, they got to prepare for the next time a case like this might pop up again.
Well, Bob, here's the thing. Texas Tech didn't want that guilt or that monkey on their back, because this was going to be an all-year thing when we talk about this Sorsby thing, especially with the missing 2 games. Now this is he broke one of the golden rules of college football rules, gambling wise. We seen what happened to Pete Rose in the MLB. We seen what happened to the quarterback from Iowa State a year ago when he got completely suspended. He took the JUCO route, still made it, but now he's in the XFL playing. And you got to understand how a guy like that might feel. Like, you're really gonna twerk a rule for a $1 million football team with some billionaire boosters for a chance to win a national title. That means you're being more greed. You got more greed than anything about football, where you want to have that on your back. And what I'm saying though, Bock, is you don't want to be that football team name as not with that kind of villain attached to it. It's wrong. It's nothing we can say, anybody can say, I don't care if he go to a rehab for 6 months, Bob. No, you did the ultimate. You're suspended. Several players have taken this route, but don't be afraid to take this route because this is going to eventually open the door for you, because now you don't have to go through that process next year. You probably won't make the same, but at the same time, you still get the opportunity to play.
The thing about it is, if you look at it going forward, the scrutiny that Texas Tech was going to face all year, when they go to another team stadium to play, the signs, the things that was going to be said, the scrutiny they were going to face, not only as a team but as the head coach, as a coaching staff, as a university. I think they all sat down and talked about it and said, "Hey, I don't think we need to put our university, our players through this. Let's just mutually part ways and figure out something going forward, not only for them, but for that young man." So I think it was the best decision on all parties' part, and now they have to how can I say it? Look to rebuild the brand of Texas Tech after all this.
Well, they're going to have a great team. I mean, I just don't know what's the quarterback situation. Bob, what's the quarterback situation? What's up next for Texas Tech and the quarterback? They got Hammond, I think. He was a 2024 four-star quarterback. I know he was injured last year. Bob, give me some detail on him.
Yeah, well, that was kind of what was interesting about all of this is that he might not be ready for the first couple games either. So that's what part of what they were looking for is with going out in the transfer portal was to get somebody that could fill in as their starting quarterback. Hammond's, he's a young guy. Last year was a freshman. Did get enough playing time. He's thrown the last couple of years for 166 attempts. Has 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. We'll see, what that kind of means for him and if he'll be ready right away. Now, again, is Texas Tech going to need their top quarterback? I mean, or maybe you could just kind of have a guy kind of fill in for the first couple games, right? But I mean, this does hurt their ceiling without a doubt. I mean, they were going to hopefully take the next step. Now, they don't have BYU or Utah on the schedule, so the Big 12 schedule is a little bit easier for them. That's why you kind of heard from Texas and Coach Sark and kind of poking fun at their schedule. The top teams that they do play are all at home. I mean, it just kind of lines up well for them. So, I mean, it's next man up mentality. As long as that man is healthy, Will Hammond appears to be the next guy there. So we'll see. But I think you guys are right, too, is, can this be, when we look back on it, kind of be just a small asterisk that says, for a few weeks, the world was mad at Texas Tech. Had you gone through the entire season, it's no longer an asterisk. It's kind of a chapter, right? It's a whole thing. And, of course, we saw Georgia leaders and Nebraska leaders, and we even saw Michigan, of all people, Michigan, take the moral high ground and cancel a volleyball series with Texas Tech. So, I think that they've kind of figured out, hey, we're kind of standing on our own island here. And as much as we have the money and the support, we had coming off a good year, this might hurt the brand, much less you talk about the Big 12 getting ready to sue them, right? I mean, when you talk about long-term impacts, I mean, with the Big 12 is at odds with the Texas Tech, that's not a spot you want to be in a conference either. And who knows, these days with realignment and, obviously the frustration was boiling, what would have taken place legally from there. So I think for Texas Tech, this is probably the best option, not maybe to get the best quarterback out there on the field, but it kind of is what it is at this point. You bought some damaged goods, and it came back to bite you.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. When we come back, Bock, we're gonna stay on this. Right quick. When we come back, Bock, I want to know, how does this affect the Big 12, especially before media day? Who's the top team now? I know Texas Tech was. Do they fall down a little bit? Do they stay where they're at, Bock? And also, we want to know, can they go into portal and get a quarterback? They lost somebody. The portal still got quarterbacks in them. I don't know that situation. We'll learn about that next when we come back here. Bock in the Black Shirt, K-Dub Tuesday, 93.7, The Ticket.
Your number one dad may not need another tie or coffee mug, but he always needs a little more award-winning barbecue from Hog Wild. Give Dad a meal fit for the king of your castle this Father's Day with Hog Wild's hearty, family-pleasing menu. Our meaty ribs, tender beef brisket, pulled pork, and hot links pair perfectly with our home-style sides. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
What if your bank had people who care about the places we call home?
That's what Union Bank does. We encourage this culture of giving back.
I really enjoy working with People City Mission,
the United Way campaign,
Habitat for Humanity, Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Everyone's in to help make that community stronger. To be part of all of this that's going on is pretty remarkable.
At UBT, your money has people with a passion for serving. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Championship teams know success starts with a great game plan. And when it's time to buy a home, John Engdahl with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank is ready to help you round the bases with confidence. Visit jengdahl.lincolnfed.com to learn more and apply today. Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing leader.
Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. But it doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. An afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mainly clear skies, breezy and warm, a low around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy and hot. The afternoon high near 92. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Looking to make a positive change? Do the extraordinary. Help others by helping research. We are seeking healthy adults ages 19 to 55 to join a research study at Solarion and help advance medical breakthroughs. Earn up to $500 a day while making a meaningful difference for others and for yourself. For more information, visit helpresearch.com/new or call 866-213-2965. Overnight stays and return visits may be required.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, owner of A1 Automotive. I want to personally thank you, our customers, for trusting us with your vehicle repair needs. Your support allows us to do what we love, serving people through quality automotive repair. If you're looking for a repair shop that values relationships as much as repairs, we'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. We have 2 locations here in Lincoln, 1117 L Street, 5110 State Hill Drive, and our newest location in Seward, Nebraska, 408 Main Street. Come see us, visit us online at a1autolincoln.com.
Hi, Charlie Stone again, and Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln will be joining me shortly to talk about a milestone accomplishment at Honda of Lincoln. But before I talk to Andy, I'd like to add a comment of my own. I know you have a lot of choices when buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. It was just announced that Honda of Lincoln is once again the winner for the Lincoln's Choice Award for new car dealers. It's not easy to win that award because it's all based on the highest level of customer satisfaction. I think Honda of Lincoln really is your best choice. Now let's talk to Andy.
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks for your kind words.
Andy, tell us what it takes to win an award like this.
Will do, Charlie. It's about being customer focused. Our sales and service team have been with us for a long time, and every day, all they focus on is 100% customer satisfaction. It's really that simple.
Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Black Shirt here in 93.7 The Ticket. We are live from the Blur Tailgates at the Hilton, Omaha. We'll be here till 6 p.m., corner of 11th and Cass. Can't miss the big white tent for Blur parties on the south side of Cass Street. 18 TVs, live baseball, all-inclusive bar and buffet, and multiple sitting options, including a hammock for old man Kenny Wilhite. All right, Bock, let's talk about, Bock, when we left, we talked about what's next in the Big 10, Big 12, when we talk about rankings now, because I know Texas Tech was going to take most of the rankings for preseason. Luckily, this happened right before Big 10 Media Day, which is next month. Now we go into it saying, okay, who's number one now? Utah? What's the other team they have up there? BYU. You got to think about those teams up there. You got some surprise teams that's going to be in the Big 10 this year. Bock, let me hear what you say. Big 12.
Yeah, it certainly is interesting. I mean, I think I would look at BYU. Utah obviously coming with a new coach, but with same from the same staff. So hopefully that change won't take too much. You look at some of the other teams that were competing last year. Arizona State might be in those conversations, but it feels like it's pretty open now. Texas Tech, I got to admit, still probably going to be the favorite. We talked about Will Hammond and him potentially returning their former Elite 11 quarterback. So he's got something to him. We'll see if that translates to the college level. By the way, they also do have, and I know because you asked about it, if they could go to the transfer portal. Of course, you have to get somebody that's already entered the transfer portal. Nobody.
I know that part.
But yeah, so they did. They also added a guy named Kirk Francis from their recruiting class, former Tulsa Golden Hurricane quarterback. He doesn't have the best of stats, and I think he's going into next year as a junior. 18 touchdowns and 13 picks altogether in parts of each of the last 3 years. But it's something, especially if Hammond has to sit out those first couple games. Somebody with experience can certainly help. But yeah, with Texas Tech's schedule and let's just say what they have to put in the football program, transfer portal, all that sort of stuff, I think they'll still be the favorite. But again, the Big 12 is just hard to predict. I mean, I don't know if you're kind of talking about definitely the ceiling for Texas Tech. I think maybe goes from a top 10 team preseason to maybe a little bit further back, maybe 14th or 15th. I'd be interested to see where that's at. But I'd still have to think they're the favorite.
Yeah, you're right about that. Bock, now one more question. According to the board chair, Texas Tech will not seek the return of Sorsby NIL money.
Yeah. I did see that, and then who knows how much that is, right? It's going to be tough to tell. So the deal that we thought that he had, or obviously you don't get the exact numbers on there, is somewhere between $5 and $6 million. That would have been for the year, but it's not. A lot of these contracts aren't like, all right, we're gonna give you all the money once you play, right? It's kind of evenly split. So could have been making $500 grand a month here for the last several months.
or he could have got $4 million up front and $1 million
You never
on the
know.
back end.
Yeah,
I
signing
mean,
bonus.
some of these kids, they get it all up front. Some get most of it, then get a little bit during the season. So, however it is, I mean, it's mighty generous of them to let them have it, but still, it's going to count towards their NIL though.
I pray to God that they ain't giving these kids signing bonus.
Yeah.
Before they step on your campus.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Most of them get it up front.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, but no. I think they were just ready to wash their hands with this whole deal so they can move on and make sure the kids this summer are focused on getting ready for the season. They don't have to deal with none of this negativity throughout the season when they go on the road, and now they can just focus on Texas Tech and their brand and winning football games.
Well, they got to save their face. That's what they're doing. They don't want to be a disgrace of college football, because if they go so far, and let's say Sorsby did play and they win the Big Ten, they win the national championship, I mean, then you're going to have so many people coming after them.
Yeah.
And then, that's the part you don't want. You don't want to be the most hated team in college football. So they're trying to save their face. They're trying to save their university. I mean, you got different programs that at Texas Tech that do excel well, but don't want to be caught up in this scandal. I know the school reputation name is always on this, so you have to look out for things like that. But at the same time, they did a great job to save their face.
Yep, they did.
Now, guys, we also did hear from Troy Dannon, of course, along with the Georgia athletic director, saying, hey, we don't want to schedule Texas Tech if this is how they're going to do business. Now that this Sorsby case has gone by, do you think Texas Tech could be back on the schedule for some of these teams, or is the damage already done?
I think, bygones can be bygones. You got to forgive and forget. So, this is college football. You always want to be in the best situation to play the best teams. And I think this is not really a situation. I think they did the right thing. So I think let bygones be bygones, and everybody just worry about football because it's right around the corner.
Not just football, but every sport.
Yeah.
I mean, like some universities said they wouldn't play them in any sport, thinking it would happen in a different sport. But it's over with. Let's just move on, get ready for the season, and play some football.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that's probably the main thing we got. I mean, we're less than probably 80 days away coming up tomorrow, and I know by next week we'll be down and down, but 81 days left for football season. We have better things to do than bickering about what players is not on the field and what player you think that should be on the field. And I'm glad it was resolved without anybody getting their feelings hurt, anybody going to court over it. I think we all know that Texas Tech were wrong. I think they figured out they was wrong. Cody Campbell also issued something earlier, and this was from Texas Tech president right here. And he said that Texas Tech community, he said earlier this evening, Texas Tech University Board of Regents Chairman Cody Campbell issued an update on Brandon Sorsby and announced that he will no longer be a member of the Red Raiders football team. When Brandon's lawsuit resulted in a granting the temporary injunction, we found ourselves in a difficult situation. I mean, even though they know that. With his health and wellness as our top priority, we support him in spite of very different perspectives and opinions. Our position was challenged by many, but our support for him has never changed. We will continue to extend the available resources that Brandon has had as a student and athlete to ensure his transition is also successful as possible.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
That just tells me the Regents stepped in.
Yeah, I mean, the
Regents stepped in.
Well, Cody Campbell, he's a Regent, but he's a top booster. And guess what? He's a football player.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
So, but I think he knows that you don't do business like this in college football. This is dirty business. So, they don't want to be on that side with like the University of Texas. They don't want to be like them, the villains.
Ain't they beefing right now?
Yeah, they still beefing.
Ain't they beefing?
Yeah, I mean, Steve Sarkisian said something else. I didn't get a chance to get it today, but yeah, he put his 2 cents in. But at the same time, this university trying to save their face. They know they can make it to the plate. The CFP probably would outsource me, but they needed a better quarterback to score points because they were shut out last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, I just think for the kids that are in that locker room, this is the best decision that you can make because, again, they're going to suffer also. They would suffer also. I mean, with the scrutiny they would face, like I said, going on the road to a hostile environment. You didn't want to put those kids in that situation. You're looking out for their best interests also. So good. Like I said earlier, it's over now. Let's just move forward. Like you said, it's 81 days to college football. Now Texas Tech and everybody else can focus on their own business, what they got going on in their own backyard. They got to worry about Texas Tech playing a kid that bet on games. He's no longer a part of their university. Now they all can focus on what they need to get done and get ready for their season.
Yeah, I understand that. All right, Bock. In other news, top prospect Colton Newsmeyer ruled ineligible after transfer ruling. This is a 5-star lefty who's committed to Georgia and the ex-brother of LSU starter Garrett Newsmeyer, who threw for 1,939 yards as a sophomore. He transferred, Bock. So he's got ineligible for transfer rules. So he transferred in April from Flower-Mont Marcus, where his prior school from flagged was the move as an athletic move, Bock. So they flagged him as an athletic move, not a school move. So he's ineligible for the year, his senior year.
And that's too bad. It's very interesting. Like you said, I mean, he's a top-end prospect. He's committed to Georgia earlier this month. So obviously that's one of the top schools to commit to as far as looking out for quarterbacks. You mentioned the family, history there as well. So, yeah, I mean, all this kind of transferring around for green. You always say the grass isn't always greener. Sometimes you're going to get stuck, and here he is stuck. So I don't know what that's going to mean for him. Obviously Georgia's probably going to continue to want to bring him in, but obviously you'd rather play your final season. And so it's too bad, but it's also part of the rules. Just surprised, in Texas, again, we're talking about Texas, that where high school football is pretty big, that they might not do more to get him eligible, but at the same time, maybe they've got this is maybe like a kind of a mini Big 12 type of deal going on, right? Where you got all these other schools that are going to say, hey, if they could do that, then why can't we do it?
Is he a 2027 kid?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Reclassify and leave him right now. Watch. Take classes this summer, reclassify, and go to Georgia.
And if the Georgia scholarship doesn't tell you enough, he's also in the Elite 11 passing competition this past month too. So he's ranked number 17th in the country. I think at quarterback, top 200 type of kid, top 210 by 209th in fact by Rivals. So yeah, that's pretty tough. But again, you can't just always. I think we've made it feel like anybody can always transfer anywhere whenever they want to, especially that was the rule in college football for a while. You do need to have guardrails, even in high school.
Got to have some rules, man.
All right, fellas, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little Nebraska football. I caught a little story that Matt Rule said some interesting things, so I want to get with y'all next. And after that, we'll talk about an offer that Nebraska made to a 28 quarterback. So we're going quarterbacks 27, 28, possibly 29. Who knows? Bock in the Black Shirt, K-Dub Tuesday, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Championship season is here, and preparation makes all the difference. When preparing to buy a home, Vasily Sakaz with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank is ready to help with local service, competitive options, and a guidance every step of the way. Start your home loan and journey today at vsakaz@lincolnfed.com. Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing leader.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
It's easy to underestimate the importance of water conservation. So here are some unbelievable facts to put things into perspective. For every drop of water that you save, a child learns to read and an alien invasion is postponed. But for every drop of water that you waste, a monkey can no longer taste bananas and an animal cracker becomes extinct. Are these facts true? I don't know. But I do know that Hunt Irrigation, the Water Smart company, can upgrade your existing irrigation system and can save you up to 30% on your water bill. Hunt Irrigation, the Water Smart choice.
Looking to make a positive change? Do the extraordinary. Help others by helping research. We are seeking healthy adults ages 19 to 55 to join a research study at Solarion and help advance medical breakthroughs. Earn up to $500 a day while making a meaningful difference for others and for yourself. For more information, visit helpresearch.com/new or call 866-213-2965. Overnight stays and return visits may be required.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather.
Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. An afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mainly clear skies, breezy and warm, a low around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be windy and hot. The afternoon high near 92. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your friends with Gordon Law in Lincoln remind you, please support the local blood bank and hospitals in our community. By giving blood, you're not only protecting yourself, but your family, members of your community, and your coworkers in need. New donors are always needed to replace those who are no longer eligible to give blood. Be a lifesaver. Go online, schedule an appointment to give blood today, and help save a life. This message sponsored by Gordon Law here in Lincoln. Stay united and keep America healthy and strong.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
Good evening, everyone. This is Nick Wyman with your sports update. Texas Tech quarterback Brennan Swordsby plans to enter the 2026 NFL supplemental draft. Swordsby plans to withdraw his lawsuit against the NCAA with his temporary injunction no longer valid. He would formally become ineligible again, which makes him eligible to enter the supplemental draft in the year of 2026. Swordsby is now expected to enter the 2026 supplemental draft, which has not been held since 2023. Along with this, no player has been selected in the supplemental draft since Washington State defensive back Jalen Thompson was picked in the year 2019. On the diamond, Kansas City Royals first baseman Vinny Pasquantino was placed on the 10-day injured list with a fracture of a hamate bone in his right hand. Outfielder John Ray was recalled from AAA Omaha in a corresponding move. Following a 4-1 victory over Paraguay to begin group play in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, The United States men's national team gears up to battle Australia in the second round of group stage action on Friday, with that match set to begin at 2 p.m. Central Time on Fox. USA men's national team star Christian Pulisic trained individually on Monday, but is still on course to be available in the match against Australia. Pulisic exited the opening game at halftime when the United States was up 3-0 as a precautionary measure. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockovic. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Power.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is K-Dub Tuesday here at The Ticket, and we are live here at the College World Series here at the Blur Tailgate Parties at the Hilton. They have 18 TVs showing live baseball. They have all exclusive bar and buffet, multiple seating options, including a hammock. You can buy tickets at the door or more preferably purchase them at www.blurevents.com/Omaha. All right, guys, hour number 2. Now, I read in we're going to talk a little Nebraska football right now because I want to know what you guys know. I kind of read this off a little interview that Matt Rule did, and then it kind of hit the airwaves the other day. But Matt Rule said that this right here may be his best Nebraska football team yet. When he's talking about putting on the field wise. Do you believe, Bock, that this is the best team we have seen in the last 4 years of Matt Rule's career?
It certainly is interesting. I mean, and I'm glad, to kind of say that because he also mentioned, it might be getting a little bit overlooked right now, but he believes it's the best. And that's what you hope for, right? When you're building from year to year.
Say he's going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
And here's one thing I'm probably happy about this offseason, that it's a quiet offseason. It's not much of the
too quiet.
I mean, I think it's quiet wise and not doing too much yapping or too much talking, and you're doing more recruiting more than anything when you talk about the recruiting thing. But at the same time, we're to a point where we have to win football games, and a quiet offseason means a better offseason when we talk about what's going on. Now, when you talk about is it going to be better, in which way? Probably a better offensive line. Yes, I think we will have a better offensive line play. I think when we talk to running back, that's everybody's main concern. But when we see the team play, I won't look at the first 3 games and think if we rush 300 a game that it's a rushing game. No, I see the opponents that we play, and I say no way these guys can stop this offensive line and slow these guys down. So you're going to get yards early in the game. Now, when you come to this Indiana game, now they have a great linebacker crew, good defensive line, and a even better back four. So, once we start playing games, especially Big Ten games, it'll show you what kind of team we are. But I'm hoping Matt Rule is right that this is the best team that he puts on the field, because if you look at the other two, they was bowl game teams. They was 6 and 7, 7 and 6 teams. So you expect us to automatically be back in that bowl game hunt like we was the last 2 years. But at the same time, with a schedule like this, you have to play your best football every week for 12, 13, 14 straight weeks.
That's why the second part of that statement I wouldn't have made.
Yeah.
Meaning we're going to surprise some people.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have confidence, but have quiet confidence.
Yeah.
You can say that this may be the best team I've had, but if you to say we're going to surprise some people, looking at that schedule, then things don't work out the way you said it, now what you going to say? You know what I mean? I would have just said, hey, this is probably the best team I've had since I've been here. I'm looking forward to the season, and we're working hard this summer. I would not have said we're going to surprise some people. Maybe you will surprise some people, but maybe you won't. Maybe you think this is the best team you've had since you've been here. Maybe it's not when you compare yourself when you go to play the Big Ten teams. So I would not have added the second part to that statement.
Well, I think too, it's it's not like it's the highest standard in the world, right? To be the best team that he's had here, right? I mean, not to disregard, the other teams and make the bowl games and such, but you're still talking about 7-win teams. They could win 7 games this year and be the best, but still not making an improvement in the win total, as we're saying with the schedule. But to me, I like the confidence. I think it's what you want to say as a head coach moving forward. But as a fan, do I believe it, buy it, or completely buy in because the head coach said it? I don't think so. I think there's still more to see. I mean, we heard what he thought about last year's team going into last year, and it didn't play out like that. So there are parts of it. Is the quarterback position better than it has been? I think you've got an argument. I mean, I think there's certain places, offensive line certainly being among them, that you could say, hey, this is getting better. This is where we can be a strength of a team. But there's other places where it's not. I mean, the defensive line, I think, has never been more in question under the Matt Rule era than it is right now. Got a new defensive line coach, got some new players there, obviously new defensive coordinator. So all this can change, but there's just so many questions around Nebraska football's roster and their team going in. It's not something you can even know or answer at this point in time. You got to go play against really good competition. I've been saying it all offseason, and I don't mean this jokingly, because when I say it, some people scoff at it, but they went out and got some of the best talent in the Mountain West, whether that be the Mountain West Player of the Year at the coaching position, at the quarterback position, or the best defense. Go get the defensive coordinator from San Diego State. They are well prepared to win the Mountain West. What does that mean in the Big 12 when you kind of integrate that with some of the players that they have? Certainly, I mean, there's guys that I don't know if I see a Ty Robinson yet. I don't know if I see an Emmett Johnson yet. So individually, there's some players there that they've had that I think have been better, but that's why we play this. You got to play your career out, right? Maybe Ja'Cory Barney's that next big guy. Maybe Williams Winieri. There's a few guys on this roster that could be. So I mean, it's not like I don't believe him. I just don't know if he like when he says that, I don't know if he can say that unless he believes it's like way better, right? Like undoubtedly this is the best team that I have, and he's got all the confidence in the world in it. But again, we unfortunately, to your point, Kenny, a little bit about what he said there at the end is we've already heard some promises. We've already heard some from expectations and moving the bar and chasing 3 and all that sort of stuff. And here we are. So it is a very interesting discussion. Carricker kind of had said the same thing earlier in this offseason. He thinks this is the best team Nebraska's had under Matt Rule. And I don't know if I can buy that quite yet.
No. Well, I mean, you asked that question, this is the best team, but this is going to be a winning team. I mean, you got to ask that question, because if we seen the best that he had to offer with 7-16, what about a team with a hard schedule that's probably still your best team? So you got to look at that schedule part. But when we talk about guys that I got a Big Ten insider reveal 15 potential breakout players ahead of the 26th season, Bock, and we got a guy in there, and it's going to blow your mind once we start talking about this guy. These are talking about 15 potential breakout players. This goes with guys like Devin Jackson. He was a linebacker from Oregon. He's 250. He runs a 4.3. So, you can look at that with that big frame he got, Bock. And then they talk about other breakout players, such as J.J. Buchanan, who plays for Michigan. He's a wide receiver. He's a 6'3", 225-pound receiver. So, then you look at who else we got it now. Malachi Goodman from Penn State. They say he could easily be a top 10 pick someday if he continues his growth after year. Now, when we talk about Nebraska, they have a guy in there, Jashir Whittington. Now, what they say about him, these are 15 players that could have breakout years, Bob. They say he's an undersized but really can play. After 2 years at Pittsburgh, Whittington searched for a better fit this offseason and found a new home with the Huskers. Nebraska needed more disruptive plays at the point of attack defensively, particularly against the run. And Whittington has the instincts and the power to provide them if he's able to secure snaps. Now, the bad thing, Bock, he's 6 foot, and he's 250 pounds in the middle of a defensive line. He played in the ACC. They say he added 15 pounds since signing with Nebraska and hopes to become a vital piece of defensive coordinator Rob Arich attacking unit. Now, that was a good article.
He's still 6 foot.
Yeah,
he's still 6 foot in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's
who in the Big Ten plays with a 6 foot defensive line?
I don't know, but I hope he got more heart than what they say he has, especially playing in the Big Ten. I mean, like we say, we have to get a guy a chance. I mean, maybe he can prove us wrong and do some things like that. But he's one of the top 15 players that might have a breakout. I mean, and what we need is definitely a breakout player on that defensive line.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it. And he does. I mean, you kind of heard the early returns on him have been good. I mean, he's kind of can be disruptive. And I get it. When you're talking about breakouts, you're not talking about guys that have already had production. But when you say J.J. Buchanan, as a Nebraska fan, I think that bowl game. Remember, he's transferring over with Kyle Whittingham from Utah over to Michigan. He had 4 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown against Nebraska. Like, we saw it. He looks like he's about to break out. Jasir Whittington has a total of 16 tackles in his career, right? So, I mean, I think there's differences in those rankings too. But again, I mean, you got to get these types that have that upside. Like you said, I mean, it might be just it might ultimately be a size thing that's too much for him to overcome, or they might have to kind of move him around. We'll have to see what they do with him. But you've got to have guys that can break out. And when you're kind of said which guy that's going to be for Nebraska, I'm still kind of thinking does Elijah Pritchett have kind of that next step in him? Williams Nwaneri, of course, they're Vincent Shavers. There's guys that are on this roster, even Isaiah Hunter and Ja'Cory Barney that do seem to, like, if you get a little bit more out of them, that does have that potential to kind of break out. And really that could help Nebraska on that way to becoming the best team that Matt Rule has had. But it's you just need a few of them to break out, right? I mean, that's kind of where Emmett Johnson went. Right, from last year, from being okay, he's a pretty darn good Big Ten running back to whoa, this is the best running back in the Big Ten. And then even then, if they do break out, what are you going to get out of him? And that's what I wonder about Emmett Johnson too. Is when you look back at his career, I think you wonder, and maybe I'm wrong. There's different ways to look at it because I was talking with Nick Sandert about it, and he was kind of saying, without Emmett Johnson, I don't know if they win a few of these games last year. And I was kind of thinking the opposite of it too. Is like, but did Nebraska win games that they weren't supposed to with Emmett Johnson? Like, did you make the most out of having an All-American running back? And so you're kind of stuck in there, kind of thinking too. So if these players do break out, when you talk about breakout players, that should help the team break out a little bit.
Yeah, you're right about that, Bob. Another player they got on there out of that, Jamal Rue, running back. They say he's going to play a role in the rotation, which I think he has to first get himself into the rotation. I mean, when we have those 3 guys that's coming back, Quinn Niles, you talk about what's the other guy? Nazir, what's Mosey?
Yeah.
Mosey.
Makai Nelson.
Yep. And then this guy right here, Jamal Rue. I mean, he had a great spring, but I think it's going to take for somebody to get hurt for him really to bounce up this depth chart. I mean, unless he really has that type of fall ball that somebody gets hurt or he just stands out a little better than everybody else. But it's still a long way to go. And like I said, we never thought of Munn Green would play his freshman year to something tragic happen to as a team thing. But, he was able to step in and still rush for almost 1,100 yards his freshman year. So I know this kid is probably capable of doing that. But like I say, Bock, he has to do a lot to make himself available to be the starter for week 1 of the season.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. And, that competition is part of the fun, too. to see who kind of is going to be able to play there. Who starts week 1, who starts week 3 might be completely different. And then who starts week 9 and 12, might be different from that. So it is going to be an ongoing competition. And when we talk about getting better as a team, that's where I think a lot of people kind of think with the run game. You're not going to probably have a better running back than Emmett Johnson, but as a team, Nebraska's rushing numbers could potentially go up. And again, I think you're going to also have with the threat of Anthony Calandria, in his wheels. Maybe the defense is off balance a little bit. Maybe could open some things up there. I can't wait to see who kind of comes out of that, maybe as running back number 1. And I hope somebody does, right? That's what you hope more than anything, is that there is some separation. It's not bad to have a group of running backs, and certainly they can kind of get into that. But you want guys to get into the rhythm. You want, when it's 4th and 1 and you got to give the ball to your running back, win and lose with your best players, right? Not kind of thing, well, he's one of our best guys. So hopefully we can kind of see that kind of figured out. But Jamal Rule certainly has the possibility and potential to move up there. You don't want to take too much out of a spring game. We've obviously been burnt from doing that before, but that combined with the fact that it's a pretty open position right now, and we heard from coaches saying he's already the best runner, of the group. So there's definitely a spot. If Jamal Rule could be one of those breakout players, I think that could really unlock Nebraska's offense a little bit more.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. When we come back, we'll talk a little baseball up here. It is West Virginia 2 and Troy 0. It's in the top of the 4th. But we got more things to go talk about when we come back. I'm going to get Rudy to jump on here, and we're going to talk about Texas and Georgia round 2 coming up here later on today as the elimination game coming up for both teams here on the first 2 games today here at 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Championship season is here, and when it comes to buying a home, having the right team matters too. Ethan Fernandez with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank helps homebuyers step up to the plate with local guidance and mortgage process designed to keep things moving. Get started today at efernandez.lincolnfed.com. Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing leader.
At LES, safety always comes first for you and their employees. This National Safety Month, visit les.com/safety for easy tips to stay safe around electricity at home and at work.
Looking to make a positive change? Do the extraordinary. Help others by helping research. We are seeking healthy adults ages 19 to 55 to join a research study at Solarion and help advance medical breakthroughs. Earn up to $500 a day while making a meaningful difference for others and for yourself. For more information, visit helpresearch.com/new or call 866-213-2965. Overnight stays and return visits may be required.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. It's playoff season in Nebraska, and Rod's Power Sports is stepping up to the plate with a championship lineup. Dominate the off-road with the ultimate power and reliability of new Honda Power Sports vehicles. Need to crush the yard work? Knock it out of the park with commercial-grade Skag mowers and legendary steel power equipment. And when it's time to haul your gear, trust a heavy-duty Featherlight trailer to get you there. From sales to expert parts and service, Rod's Power Sports has got your bases covered. Visit Rod's Power Sports just south of Lincoln in Roca or at rodspowersports.com. Rod's Power Sports, where the winning season never ends.
It's easy to underestimate the importance of water conservation. So here are some unbelievable facts to put things into perspective. For every drop of water that you save, a child learns to read and an alien invasion is postponed. But for every drop of water that you waste, a monkey can no longer taste bananas and the animal cracker becomes extinct. Are these facts true? I don't know. But I do know that Hunt Irrigation, the water smart company, can upgrade your existing irrigation system and can save you up to 30% on your water bill. Hunt Irrigation, the water smart choice.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock and the Blackshirt with K-Dub Tuesday here. We are live at the College Baseball World Series from the Blur Tailgates at the Hilton, Omaha. We'll be down here till 6 p.m. 18 TVs showing live baseball, including multiple seating options, including a hammock. Now, before we go to baseball, guys, let's go back to the NBA Finals. Bob. Jake Boggerman.
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
All right, Jake Boggerman. Now, there was a guy going on that I found out that a guy was going around in Dennis Rodman jersey.
Oh, he's whooping butt.
Fighting everybody that was from New York. Bob, do you know the real story of this guy?
I do not know. I saw the videos too, but I noticed the Rodman jersey.
So he had on a Rodman jersey, Bock, and he was throwing blows to the New York fans because he had on the San Antonio. You would think the guy is from San Antonio, guys. Well, guess where he's from?
New York.
He's from Philadelphia.
Ah, okay.
So he said he did that because he wanted to fight.
He was, we called him the Spurs super fan, right?
They say he was a super fan. Find out this guy is from Philly, and he just wanted to beat up New York fans.
Well, somebody had to do it, right? Those New York fans are picking on the rest of the Spurs fans.
Well, somebody got to. I mean, like I said, hopefully New York was able to be in contact after the night that they had, especially when a school bus that was mangled and blown up. I think one of the DJs are down there. Somebody they looking for the cabbie so they can buy them a new cab and stuff. But it's always chaos when we get these teams that win Super Bowls and NBA titles that they tear up where they live at. So it's kind of disgusting to me, but I'm still waiting on Atlanta to win something so we can go down there and tear that up.
What? So you just said it's disgusting, so now you want to do it.
I know.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting Atlanta does it.
Why?
Because we need to win one.
Well,
when the last time St. Louis won something?
The Cardinals.
Okay. When was that?
Was it
1980?
No,
2011 or something?
2011?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've been there.
No, the Braves have too. When we won it, Bob? 2000 what?
Yeah, was that? It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, the Braves won it.
Man.
And it looked like the lady basketball team is really doing well. So the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah,
I think they got the best record in the WNBA.
Bro, you tripping. No, but like you said, I do not agree with. It's all good to celebrate, to enjoy the win, but you have to do it the right way. Tearing up a school bus stomping on police cars, busting windows out, climbing light poles. All that stuff is uncalled for. And, again, kudos to New York. It's been, 50, 53, 57 years since they won something. But still, you need to do it the right way.
Did that turn you guys off for a little bit from the Knicks? Because I thought it was just the greatest story. Even though I'm a Celtics fan, like I understand I'm an NBA fan as well, and understanding how big it is to have the Knicks win. And so I just kind of thought that everybody maybe felt it through that lens, seeing all the stars and everybody celebrate at Madison Square Garden. But from a few people I talked to, they specifically just did not like the way that the fans treated themselves, and therefore do not like the New York Knicks and don't care for the title.
No, you can't take that away from the team. The team had no you can't put that on their shoulders. You can't blame them for it. It's just a select few of bad people going out doing it and celebrating the wrong way. But you can't take that championship away from it. It can't be tainted by any measure. I just think you just had some bad people going about it the wrong way. Because that team, just watch what it meant to former Knicks players. Not just the stars, but the former Knicks players that was present for every game. The Patrick Ewings, sad Charles Oakley couldn't take more part of it. Stephon Marbury, all those guys were there. Allen Houston, rooting on those guys, and it was like they won it because they couldn't get to that point, and they celebrated those guys, and so you can't take anything from them.
Did you see what maybe was part of the special sauce as part of the playoff run goes?
What's that?
So James Dolan, of course, the owner, had an impassioned speech in front of the team before the playoffs. He had a few different requests for them. He urged the players not to talk to reporters, to pay more attention to their diets, to sleep better, and to abstain from their partners.
Huh?
That's correct.
Is this the same guy that owned the Clippers?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he said he had this idea that maybe you should give up. I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what I'm saying. For the next 10 weeks. He said the Spartans, they denied themselves, right? So they can have an edge. Get the edge. Go home. Talk to your wives. Don't tell them it was my idea, but let them know what this is going to be like, what this commitment is going to be like. How many of those players do you think decided to follow?
No. How many of those players you think follow that? I'm sure some of them still eating pizza, little Debbie, drinking soda. No, but I mean, it was a good idea on his part. But yeah, I just think the way they came together, and Jalen Brunson is the engine that runs that team, and everybody follows his lead. I just think you watch them guys collectively; they play for each other. It was not about them, and you can tell by the way they reacted when they won it. It was always about each other and not just themselves. So, again, kudos to the Knicks, kudos to their former players, even James Dolan as the owner, and But yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I think when you ask for a commitment like that, guys will say, yeah, sure. Then it's a different story when you go home. So they still was able to win it. I think it doesn't have anything to do with the owner request. I just think it was a team that came together at the end of the season that outperformed everybody. I don't know if they had a chance to play your Boston Celtics, but that would have been another good series. But at the same time, they was able to escape the East and the West, and they're the national champions. I mean, now they're world champions. So, we can only wish about what went wrong or what happened in San Antonio. But, like I say, San Antonio's a young team. I expect them to be right back up there again, along with OKC. So, I think if we see a different team that they face, if New York faces OKC, do they win? I think those are two type of the same teams when you think, but I think the push that OKC has would have probably been a little bit too much for the Knicks because, San Antonio's not really a push the ball up the court hard type. They're more of a half court rebounding team that really get second points off rebounds because of Wemby. And then you have teams that's scared to, even drive to the hole because you got a 7-3 guy in there and still growing. I mean, so he might block you and still have another 2 inches grow over them at the same time. So, I expect San Antonio to be back. I expect still have more competition basketball out of the East. I think Boston should be favored since, we had Jason Taylor. Jason, what his name is?
Tatum, yep.
Jason Tatum came back a little earlier. I think if he stays healthy, I think Boston wins that game, and then they play New York and they win. So still a lot of good times. Still got a long summer. NBA draft about to come up. So, tell New York don't hype on that title too long.
No, it's theirs. It's
theirs.
So somebody takes it from them. But again, looking back at that series, I think San Antonio in spurts, their shooting went cold, whereas the Knicks, when they went cold, they had an answer. San Antonio did not have an answer. And the Knicks' answer was Jalen Brunson. When he wanted to get his shots off, he got his shots off. And you go back to the series, like you said, about teams playing against Wemby, they were afraid to go inside. The Knicks were not afraid to go inside and challenge Wemby. If you look at Jalen Brunson, he had Wemby on skates, gave him the hezzy, and made the layup on Wemby. He shot the 15-footer over Wemby. You had Anunoby drive on Wemby. He dunked on Wemby. So they were not afraid to attack Wemby, whereas other teams were afraid to go in the paint at Wemby. Wemby would discourage them. They would take the ball back outside the paint, whereas the Knicks did not.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly a special series, and we'll see. A lot of people do feel the Spurs have an opportunity to maybe be back here in the next couple of years, but you never know, right? I've also seen kind of the meme floating around out there about the same thought was for the Thunder, when they had Westbrook and Durant and Harden, and you thought, okay, well, this is just the start of something after they lost that championship series, but it took all these years later up until last year to get back there and to win a title, of course, with a completely different core. So that's very interesting. Of course, part of it too is interesting is that San Antonio had to dethrone OKC. Would have been interesting to see if OKC made it there. How would they have matched up against the Knicks? Like you said, I would have liked to see Boston against the Knicks, but they lost to the 76ers. So there is no one dominant team in the NBA. Do you guys like that? I mean, obviously, you go back to the Warriors, Cavs series and all that. Now you've had 8 different teams win in the last 8 years. So those that scream for parity and wanted to see parity. I mean, there were certain seasons I remember going into, and the national talk was like, why are we doing a regular season? Just put the Cavs and the Warriors in the championship, and that's pretty much how it turned out. But now it is anybody's guess who's going to be in the finals next year. Yes, the Knicks have the bragging rights, have the championship, but I don't, if you look at the odds going into next year, I think they were listed as 4th best to win the championship.
Yeah, you're right. I'm still trying to figure out what my Lakers going to do with
what
we're going to do with LeBron. We're not done.
They done.
We're not done. We're just beginning.
If LeBron's back, they're done.
Yeah, no. If we need Luka in the playoff. If Luka was in the playoff, Lakers in the final. They beat New York in the finals. You hear me, Bob?
I hear you, but Luka's again put Jalen Brunson among the group when there's 8 different folks winning. Teams winning. There's all these different individual stars from Tatum to Giannis to SGA. Now Jalen Brunson. List goes on and on. Luka needs to get one of his own at some point.
Yeah, he got to be to solidify his legacy. If he want to be one of the top international players or top players in the NBA, he has to get him a ring.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he does.
No,
why not?
He's one of the top players in the NBA right now.
Well, you still need a ring to
Barkley doesn't have no ring.
That's right. But we all know that, and he knows that. He knows what conversation to put himself in, and he knows what conversation not to put himself in.
The only conversation he can't put himself in is winning the NBA championship. He can put himself in every conversation.
I mean, you can, except the GOAT.
No, you can't put him in a GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
You can't even, what?
You can't.
You can't put him in a GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
But he's one of the all-time greatest NBA players.
Mm-hmm. Right? One of the all-time greatest without a title.
Without a title. So Luka can do that and be one of the all-time
greatest. A lot of those guys
in
college football, too. So, you have to think of that thing. Yeah. So,
You can't take nothing away from Luka. Boy, you something else, man. You see that Bock? You saw what he tried to slide on?
Yeah.
You saw what he tried to do to me, Bock? Boy, you a dirty dude. Boy, I tell you, boy.
You one of the best kid in Nebraska you ranking my top 10 Huskers without a national title. So, you know what I'm saying?
Why have enemies when you got friends that say,
hey, Bock, check this out. When we come back from break, Bock, we'll do the best 10 Huskers without a national title. We'll rank them for Kenny's sake. Not a 10.
Boy, you a dirty dude.
No, when we come back, we'll talk more sports and we'll get on the baseball and we'll see what's up for Georgia and Texas later on. I'll get Rudy on the next segment to come help me talk a little Georgia, Texas right here when we come back. 93.7 The Ticket.
It's playoff season in Nebraska, and Rod's Power Sports is stepping up to the plate with the championship lineup. Dominate the off-road with the ultimate power and reliability of new Honda Power Sports vehicles. Need to crush the yard work? Knock it out of the park with commercial-grade Skag mowers and legendary steel power equipment. And when it's time to haul your gear, trust a heavy-duty Featherlight trailer to get you there. From sales to expert parts and service, Rod's Power Sports has got your bases covered. Visit Rod's Power Sports just south of Lincoln in Roca or at rodspowersports.com. Rod's Power Sports, where the winning season never ends. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
It's easy to underestimate the importance of water conservation. So here are some unbelievable facts to put things into perspective. For every drop of water that you save, a child learns to read and an alien invasion is postponed. But for every drop of water that you waste, a monkey can no longer taste bananas and an animal cracker becomes extinct. Are these facts true? I don't know. But I do know that Hunt Irrigation, the water smart company, can upgrade your existing irrigation system and can save you up to 30% on your water bill. Hunt Irrigation, the water smart choice.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 to its signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest-rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Looking to make a positive change? Do the extraordinary. Help others by helping research. We are seeking healthy adults ages 19 to 55 to join a research study at Solarion and help advance medical breakthroughs. Earn up to $500 a day while making a meaningful difference for others and for yourself. For more information, visit helpresearch.com/new or call 866-213-2965. Overnight stays and return visits may be required.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Looking for the ultimate game day spot? Arbor Axe House has everything you need. Axe throwing, cold beers, and the big game. Whether you're celebrating a win or talking trash with friends, nothing beats the rush of sticking an axe while cheering on your favorite team. Perfect for bullseye beginners and seasoned pros. Our axe throwing experts keep the fun going and the drinks flowing. Step up to the plate at Arbor Axe House. Book a lane at arboraxe.com or call 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House on the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
At LES, safety always comes first for you and their employees. This National Safety Month, visit les.com/safety for easy tips to stay safe around electricity at home and at work.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure
Bauer
Underground
Correct.
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard throughout the Lincoln and Omaha areas. All right, Bock, it is 2-0 West Virginia in the top of the 5th. And I got my man Rudy here. But first, we're going to go over the games yesterday to see what happened. Georgia lost to Oklahoma 4-3, and Texas beat up on Alabama 14-2. Alabama, they are going home for the day, and see you later. There's only what'd you say, 6 teams left?
6 going into today, yeah, and then there'll be 4 after tonight, and then that's it. Then yeah, you got your finals, and then you end up in the championship, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Bob, for today's game, like I said, we have Troy State and West Virginia playing. It's 2-0. But next, at the 7 o'clock game, Bob, we have our old rivals, Bock, and when we talk about rivalry, Texas and Georgia has started a great rivalry basically in every sport since they hopped into the SEC, but Georgia is probably a little bit victorious than them on the football field. On the baseball field, it's a different story. Georgia did upset Texas 7-1, I think, the first game of the opening day, but now they're both right here in an elimination game coming up at 7 p.m. What do you expect in this game right here tonight, Rudy?
Honestly, I think there's not a hotter team in Omaha right now besides Texas. So I mean, that's offensively should help. I mean, the Bats, obviously you lose 7-1 game 1. You're not in a good spot. You have a lot of question marks. But yesterday they went out there, answered everything how they should have. I mean, Adrian Rodriguez, one of their best players on the team, hits for the cycle yesterday, which was awesome. I was there to see that. So that was good. I mean, the pitching got pretty rested. I think they got a good outing from Ruger Riojas yesterday. So I mean, pitching-wise, I think they should be fine because, I mean, Georgia gets to their Texas's ace on, Saturday, and obviously that's where the pitching questions came. But hopefully it was just more of a bad game versus a bad team type of thing is where I'm hopefully it's going to be at. But, again, Georgia's got one of the best lineups in the entire tournament. So it'll be – I'm hopeful, but I'm also you have to be realistic. Georgia can hit more home runs than probably any team here right now. But if Texas can do what they did yesterday and create runs more than trying to rely on the home run again, I think they'll be fine. But either way, I think we're in for a way better game than a 7-1 finish, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope it is better than the other day. Also, Georgia has a guy, Daniel Jackson, who hit 32 home runs during the season. And also, Aiden Robbins from Texas, he hit 24 home runs. So not too far off from each other, respectfully, 87 RBIs to 64. But on the pitching side, I don't know who's going to be pitching tonight. We'll know at 7 o'clock. That game will be on ESPN. And like I said, this is a game of 2 SEC teams fighting to make it with another SEC team who's away for North Carolina, who's just sitting there in the winter bracket. Probably, I don't know. They're the favorites probably right now, but I say if Georgia and Texas can, whichever one of these can escape this game, will probably be playing against one of those teams right there in North Carolina.
Yeah, because Oklahoma's looked good too, but I mean, again, like they did just take down Georgia last night, but at the same time, I think they're a beatable Oklahoma this year, so that helps. But yeah, I mean, North Carolina, they're playing really good. West Virginia, I mean, that's who I was expecting to make it out today. We'll see what happens. Like you said, 2-0 on the bottom of the fifth, but they're a team that's really good at creating runs too. And I think that's once you get here, you can't be one-dimensional in terms of just hitting home runs or nothing. So I think the teams that do that, the best are going to be your better teams, and I think North Carolina does a great job of that. So I agree.
All right, it's 2-0 right now. West Virginia, bottom of the fifth. Next game is at 6 p.m. Says 7 Eastern time, but 6 p.m. here. That'll be on ESPN. You have the Georgia Bulldogs 52-13 versus the Texas Longhorns 46-14. Rudy, who you going with?
After long, considerable thoughts here, I'm going to my Texas Longhorns. There's no question about it.
All right, after eating a piece of bevo meat, I'll go with the Bulldogs because we take a bite out of crime. So I'll go with the Georgia Bulldogs on that.
Like you was going to pick somebody other than Georgia.
I know.
Like you was going to pick somebody other than Georgia.
Sorry, Missouri or somebody didn't make it. Sorry, we're not.
We're not what? No, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say Georgia gonna pull us out.
All right, Bock. Any more questions you got before we hang it up for today?
I
Bock?
just like how you turned Ugga into Scruff McGruff there with a bite out of crime. That's a different cartoon dog there, but I am interested. I'm really looking forward to tonight's game. Of course, if you kind of look at the rankings coming in, these are two of the highest rated teams. Obviously, like you guys mentioned, North Carolina right in there as well. But make no mistake about it. Whether Georgia or Texas wins tonight, I don't overlook Oklahoma. Oklahoma, like North Carolina, is in the winner's bracket. Therefore, you're going to have to beat the Sooners twice. So that'll be a little bit more difficult for whichever team wins tonight. But Georgia, like you said, won the first game. I like their offense. Their team ERA is just a shade under 5, though. So they could, it could be kind of a higher scoring affair again if Texas can kind of get to that Georgia pitching staff. And but one way or the other, these are two of the best teams in the College World Series. As much as I just said that about Oklahoma and North Carolina, there's also those teams you don't want to keep them having a heartbeat, right? I mean, Ole Miss, Alabama, both punched out, but one of these teams could come for the losers bracket. We've certainly seen it before and force their way into the College World Series championship bracket.
We'll see how that goes, Bock. We'll see how that goes. Anything else, Bock, that you got for us, Jake Bockerman?
Well, Pizza Hut's being sold for $2.7 billion. So Pizza Hut will now be under new ownership. I don't know what that necessarily means, if there's going to be a whole lot of changes. But, hopefully Pizza Hut's still here, for years to come, because who knows what new ownership could do.
Yeah, Bock. And Michigan State, I read this yesterday. They will have a new sponsor on their jersey. Is it MSU FCU? What is that, Bock?
The Federal Credit Union, yeah. MSU Federal Credit Union.
Oh, Michigan State Federal Credit Union?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Smart move.
23 for all 23 of their sports.
Yeah, 10-year deal. All 23 sports going to wear those patches.
I wonder if Nebraska did that. Who would be the first company to get that deal for Nebraska?
Yeah, you would wonder if it would be somebody like a campus tie, kind of like that, or
FNOB. What is that? FBO, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever that was.
Yeah, seen different naming rights. Obviously, Pinnacle Bank in there. I think Sandhills would have a say. So it'll be interesting. Runs up, yeah.
Valentino's, Amigos. Take your choice. Take your pick.
Maybe a bunch of different patches. We can get it look like NASCAR out there and make a bunch of NIL money.
Don't muddy up the joke.
Not too much, huh?
That's a close.
All right, Bob. Who's your top landing place for Anthony Davis this summer coming up? The Warriors, Hornets, or Clippers?
For Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
He's on the move again?
He's on the Wizards.
Yeah, he's on the move.
No, he's on the Wizards.
They're gonna trade him.
Oh my. That boy can't unpack a bag.
Yeah, there are trade talks with him. Could be interesting. I mean, I don't know. If you're the Wizards too, you potentially, and it's the same kind of thing with Trey Young. So they've packaged them together. Remember, they've got the first pick of the draft too. So if they could pair Dybansta or certainly Darren Peterson wants to avoid the Jazz, so he's not working out with them. Take your pick there at number 1. That's what I kind of figured they were going to do. But I also wouldn't blame them for trying to get something out of Anthony Davis. As excited as maybe they were to get him, is best ability is availability, and he's not always there.
What about Giannis?
He's definitely on the move. Maybe could see some fireworks in the draft here. That's what's exciting about the NBA. You don't get too much time to rest after the finals. There's going to be some big moves, some major players moving around, and the odds of who's going to win it will change pretty quickly. I don't know whether I want Giannis or not, because it would mean for me and the Celtics is that they'd probably have to get rid of Jaylen Brown and break up the Jays. So I'm split there, because if the Celtics do get Giannis, it's worth noting too, they would have to change their philosophy as a team, right? They're the 3-point shooting team. That doesn't so much fit into what Giannis would do and building around him and Jason Tatum.
I saw a picture floating around with LeBron, Steph, and Giannis. I saw that picture. Farley?
I don't like Steph, so
see,
I don't like Giannis either. I don't like either one of those guys.
How could you not like Steph?
He's because he played for the Warriors. I mean, they was a bad team. They got Dre Bob on there. I don't like Dre Bob.
Bad team.
Yeah, Dre Bob. I don't like
Draymond.
Yeah, Dre Bob.
Hold on. How can you say that's a bad team?
Because of Dre Bob.
One player makes him a bad team.
One team makes him
one player makes him a bad team.
Yep. One player can mess it up for you, whole team, and he messed it up for me. Rudy, do you like Draymond Green?
I'm a Spurs fan, so no. I hated the whole Warriors. I hated Zaza Pachulia. I hated all those guys. So no, not a fan of the
Baron
Warriors
Davis too.
Yeah,
Monte Ellis,
not a
of
fan
them?
of anybody. No,
Oh,
Monte
wow.
Ellis. Nope, get him out of there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if Steph wants to come to the Spurs, though, I'll take it. So I'll keep that in mind.
I don't know if you can call them a bad team, though. They did win 4 titles the last 11 years or so.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Good organization, at least.
I don't have anything to say there, Bob.
Great organization.
None of my business on that topic right there, just like I don't like talking about anything from St. Louis. That's not good. No great food, no great meat.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Have you been looking at the things I've been sending you about St. Louis food, Bob?
It looks pretty good.
Thank you.
Bob, that's something that somebody just AI'd on TikTok. So, yeah. All right. Thank you for listening to Bock and the Black Shirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is K-Dub Tuesday. Up next is Austin Orman. And I guess Jason Peters and Grant Wilson will also be up here at 4 o'clock. 93.7 The Ticket. We're out.
Looking to make a positive change? Do the extraordinary. Help others by helping research. We are seeking healthy adults